Hey, so for January 25th, we're going to take a look at the 25th comic book of the Outlaw Kid. I don't know why they're calling the Outlaw Kid. He's a good guy, not an outlaw. Maybe he takes care of the outlaws. Ooh, prizes of cash. There's actually 4 different stories, 4 full stories, 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, cuatro, 4 stories in here. And some of them are reprints. So this is going to be confusing. Like, why? I don't know. I'm a completist, so if I ever get the like number 9, which is one of the stories from it, am I going to reread the story? I don't know. It's going to be a little bit confusing. So, yeah, there's 2 new stories and 2 old stories. And this first story, he's helping out this kid who's got somebody who's trying to beat him up. Ooh, prizes. And there's somebody trying to buy his land for $1,000, which sounds like a lot of money. But then later on, he's like, oh, well, if you won't take my offer, then you'll regret it. And he's got a bunch of these other people trying to come after his land, try to destroy it. Well, the Outlaw Kid, I'm about to say comeback kid. The Outlaw Kid is at his defense. He's going to defend him from these people that are trying to run him off, basically. And it's just a kid. I mean, his dad died. His mom's been dead. He's taking care of his 3 brothers. And in the end, they find out why the guy was trying to run him off. Because they want right away for the railroad, which would give him $20,000. That man can grow up and retire rich. All right, in the second story, sorry, it's like my mouth's going dry. We have another, originally presented at Outlaw Kid number 7. So we have another old story, and this one's about bullies, and this stance he's in. This looks so bad. It looks so feminine the way he's standing right there. Anyway, this one's about bullies, so it's kind of giving you a, you shouldn't be a bully story, you know? Yeah, it was okay. And then, yeah, it's about the outline. I didn't care for that one as much. Originally presented Outlaw Kid number 7, also wanted dead or alive. So these 2 guys are standing around and they see a guy come in, and this guy, okay, so this is what I didn't pay attention to. He's not got his beard here, and he's got a scar on right here. So there's a guy strolling into town right here with a full beard, and he's like, that's that outlaw. I'm going to get him. And he's like, he tries to stop him from shooting him right here in the top panel. And he's like, what you doing? I'm trying to get me some money. And the sheriff comes along, and like, once again, he's like, if you shoot him, I'm going to hang you. Spider-Man. Oh, wait, he's not in the comic book. All right, so the guy pulls out his gun and shoots the guy's rifle out of his hands. Like, look, you want to see, he's like, guys, shave your face because we know you're the outlaw. You got a scar on your nose, right below your mouth, or below your nose, whatever. Yes, I need to go blow my nose evidently. Yeah. All right. So whenever he's like, nope, but I'm going to shove that mustache off of your face. So right there, the guy who was accusing him of being the outlaw, guess what? He forced him to shave his mustache off. He was actually the outlaw. Oh, that was a good plot twist. That was a good story right there. And then this Outlaw Kid. So actually, I made apologies. 4 stories, 3 are reprints. It's kind of weird. I mean, I know back then we didn't have a way of getting back issues, so I understand the concept, but what if you're a completist? You're going to keep getting the same stories over and over again. At least they could make like Wild Western Tales and put the reprints in there for people. But if you're going to make a comic book and put reprints in the same issues, I don't like that at all. So was this a common practice? I feel like, I thought they did like the giant size whatever and put all the reprints in those, but number 25 is not anything special, but it's got 3 reprints in it. All right, this one's called The Outsider. So, basically, they're considering this guy to be an outsider. Don't want him to be part of this. He has an alternate ego, which I didn't really know. With the first 3 stories, I had no idea he had some kind of Clark Kent ego. And his girlfriend is like, I'm just so ashamed of you. You're so meek and mild, and you're such a wimp. And he's like, I swore to my dad I'd never fight, and I'm going to keep that promise. So she's like, I'm just in love with a wimp. She's just so sad. Well, after he drops her off, he goes charging off to the fight as the Outlaw Kid. What was the fight about? I can't remember. I just read this yesterday, but in 3-4 stories at one time. Something to do with something. That's what it was. Basically, at the end, the Outlaw Kid ran him off the bad guys. Or one, basically. Oh, I know what it was. This was hilarious, actually. I remember this part. He's like, aren't you going to do something? I ain't got to do nothing. He falls off the horse, and he's like, I just loosened the, what did he call it? I reckon it helped matters along a little. I loosened the cinch belt before I brought the horses around. So basically, he already had it planned. The guy fell off the horse because the cinch belt was loose. And then back in his alternate ego as Clark Kent, you're not too mad at me at bail. And it's like, no, Lance, not on a beautiful night like this. But if you could only be a little more like the outlaw kid, do you think you could try? Well, I don't know, Bill, but I guess I can try, which is so ironic because he is the comeback kid. Or I keep saying comeback kid. He is the outlaw kid. So it's like she wants him to be more like himself. Yeah, it's cute. It's adorable, but whatever. This is like probably my first Western comic book I've read. It's pretty good. But hey, if you're out there and you've read this or you know anything about this era of comics, I think it was 1974. Yeah, 1974. Let me know if there was a reason they kept putting reprints in the same line. I mean, I would have saved this for like best of. I don't know. I mean, it just seems weird to put 3 out of 4 of the stories are reruns. It just seems weird to me. But I'd like to hear from you. So comment below.